Well, that's too cool. Hey guys, Pump Pete back in today, another episode of Old Guys and Old Games, and I am back with another third-party publisher. Going to look at the games now of Apollo, or formerly Games by Apollo Incorporated, which is actually was known as, everybody just thinks of it as Apollo, but it was created back in October 1981 by a gentleman named Pat Roper, a businessman who saw a lot of profits to be made in producing games for the Atari 2600. So he created this company in Richardson, Texas, of all places. Why not, right? I'm not sure where Richardson is, but, just sort of struck me funny. You think of these things as being in LA and places like that. But anyway, went out and hired several programmers, and over the course of Apollo's existence, had up to 30 employees, even though they only ever had 10 games released, a couple different versions of different games, but 10 games released plus 3 prototypes that were in the works when, unfortunately, like I said, formed in October 1981. By the end of 1983, they were the first victim of the crash and filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 1983. The first company to go out of business. So very interesting, really. But anyway, that's a little bit on Apollo. I'm sure we'll touch on more on the individual programmers and stuff later on. But we're going to look today at this game right here, which is Final Approach. Very interesting concept. Of course, they're always trying to look and create games out of real-life situations. So in this case, this was air traffic control. Obviously very simplified and a little bit abstract when you watch it, but as I explain it, you'll probably see it, and it is what it is. Okay, it's not a common game at all. I don't recall playing it back in the day. I played it the other day in a stream, and I really didn't even know how to play it, so I've learned how to play the game. It's interesting. But again, not very common. Kind of expensive, especially if you want to get it complete in box. But anyway, without any further ado, one more thing on it. They don't know who programmed it. There's no record of who programmed this game that I can find anywhere, so that's kind of interesting too. But anyhow, let's get on and play a little bit of Final Approach and take a look at what this game brings to the Atari 2600. Here we go.
8 miles, turn right to heading 044.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit sniffing glue.
Alright, here we are, Final Approach. I can adjust the game. This is one player, two players, 3. There's different combinations of gameplay. I'm just going to play game number 1 player, obviously. It gets actually easier as it goes. There's a grid here. I'll put the grid up on the manual. I got the whole manual here to read. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see what the manual is. It's not real long here. This isn't all that difficult to play, but it's kind of neat, okay? We're trying to land the airplanes. You can have X amount on the screen. You have to try to keep control of them, air traffic control, so they don't run into each other, and you safely land them, and you score points for landing them. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to start the game up, play it, and try to describe it to you as I'm moving along. So, without any further ado, let's play it up here. There's the button, and we are starting. So I am the cursor, that black dot, and different airplanes are going to come onto the screen. There's going to be 4. And I tap my button when I'm on that, on the plane, and I can then control another plane, okay? So I'm going down to get this red one. And right now I'm just sort of lining them all up so I can play a different game. I move them into a certain direction and they'll keep going in that direction until such time. I don't want them to hit. And I don't want them to hit the edge. Perfect. I'm sort of just lining them all up because I have to control all these planes. That's pretty good control right there. Now, what the object of the game is that line that you see in the middle, that is the runway, and the dashes that are flying out of it is where you're supposed to line up to land your plane. So I'm going to bring this brown plane in, right in along that dash. And when it gets to the dashes, I'm going down to that center square, and using my joystick, I can control that there, and that is the altitude is the bottom one, and the angle is the top one. So I got to control both of them. Up and down controls the angle, and left and right controls the altitude. So it's kind of tricky to do all that at once, right? And again, I'm just working the planes, sort of keeping control of those, make sure they don't bump together. You get 25 points, as you probably just saw, for correctly landing a plane. See, I'm just sort of setting this one up. I'm going to bring it back this way. Now I'm going to turn all three of these around. There, now I'll turn this one around and I'll land them. He's going. I'll go down the cursor down to the center red dot. There we go. I got to get it down. The altitude looks good. I got to get the angle down, and I got the points. That was a successful landing. We're going to get him down out of the way here. And start him back. Now I'm going to turn these ones around. There, look at that. I'm going to bring this brown one back down here. I'm just moving them down. So if I push in a direction, it continues in that direction until you stop. So it's really just tapping on the joystick. Turn them around. And now I'm pushing down for the angle. I didn't successfully land him. So he's flying off to the side. I get these ones controlled back in direction. And I go grab him. Because if he hits the edge of the oh, he hit the edge of the screen, I lost 5 points, and he goes back on somewhere else. So that was not good. We're going to turn these ones around. But, okay. It was not good, but it was not a near miss. Oh, look at that. I'm too close. We're going to move this one back. If they bump into each other, it's called a near miss. See how I have 4 green dots at the top? Every time you have a near miss, okay, sideways, get that altitude right. Now you get the angle right. There we go. Perfect. I got the points. Every time you have a near miss, you lose one of those red dots turns green. Sorry, one of the green dots turns red. And if you lose all 4, the game is over. So, you're trying. You can't let them bump into each other. He's flying in. This all looks good. There we go. Look, the altitude at the bottom one is perfect. I'm just controlling that top angle, moving it down as it goes. And we got a perfect landing. That's it. Now, the 4th one will pop on. There it is. I'm going to let these get over a little bit closer to the edge and turn them around the other way. And now I'm going to grab this brown one and bring it up and land it. The microphone that you see is a neat addition. It doesn't do anything. There's never a crash in this game either. Just near misses. There we go. Got the altitude right. And we got the angle right. And I got my points. So let's get up and turn these guys around. Whoa! Oh! That was a near miss. See that? So one of my green lights turned red. But nothing crashes. So we're going to go down here with this red one and try to move him in. Get that angle down. That done. Yeah, this is good. We got the points. So I'm going to grab this one at the bottom. Oh! That was not good. I got another near miss. There we go. So I've only got 2 that I can... Oh, I didn't get it! We're going to grab this guy, bring him back. Let them go a little bit further, and then we'll turn them around. Now we're going to grab this guy and bring him back in for another pass. So what really wasn't his final approach. Alright, here we go. The altitude is good. The one at the bottom is perfectly on that white line. It's going to bring this nose down. And we got it. It's the nose that's important. The nose. Alright. There you go. See, I just did that real quick because I'm going to grab this one and put it right in there. Every once in a while, a plane will come out and it'll be flashing and you'll get like a siren sound. And when that happens, we got it. That was quick though. That was tough. You'll get a siren sound, and that's an emergency landing. And you have to grab it and do it before anything else. Alright, good. We'll get this guy over. So there's nothing really making me do any specific one of the planes. I can really use those 3 up top, back and forth, all I want. Until such time as one of them becomes an emergency situation. Then you have that emergency landing. But good. Instead of 25 points, you get 50 points for an emergency landing. So maybe one will pop out here. It'll be an emergency. There we go. Going the other way. We'll get this guy over and line him up and get him landed. Oh no, he didn't. Alright, we're bringing him back. Get down there. Hey, we got it. It was close, but we got him in there just right. You got to be pretty close to those lines when you do it. All right. Here we are. All right, here we go. We're going to turn around here. Let's land them. That's good. Always come right in behind. Bring him straight down. Every 500 points, you get 1 of your near misses back. Well, this is going to be tricky here, I think. I'm awfully close to that edge. Nope, we're not going to get it. We got to get back. Oh. All right. Turn and go down. There we go. Okay. The altitude looks good. Just going to get this angle right. And we did. There's an emergency one. Alright, we're going to get him in there and land before we land anybody else. Shouldn't be a problem. Oh, come on. I have control of that emergency one right now. So I'm going to go off the emergency one and kick the other ones back in the other direction. Oh, almost crashed there. Alright, this should give me 50 points if I get it landed properly here. Come on, get down there. There it is, that should be good. And it is. Get rid of that sound too at the same time. Alright. We're going to get this red guy landed here and I should get a near miss back. Nice. Hey, look, I got the near miss right under the 510. We got that one back. Now, the thing is the game is going to get faster on me. The planes just start flying faster. It's much harder to get all the controls in. That was good timing right there. All right, let's go. It didn't. I thought that was perfect. We'll fly him back. Backing him back up. Here we go. That looks good. There, we got it that time. All right. Oh. I didn't go to the other screen. I wouldn't have had enough time to land if I had gone there. So I'll turn him around and back up. I should still have some time. There it is. We got the altitude at the bottom lined up. I didn't get it. Oh no. Oh, and I lost the red one off to the side there. But I have control of it now. So I lost 5 points there. Not a real big deal. Let's try to land a few of them at once here. See what happens. Get down. Hey, we got it. Oh. Oh no. They crashed. No, they didn't crash. It was a near miss. It's all kind of a mess here at the moment. Bring him back up. Okay, come on. Oh, I'm going to lose it. Lost the green guy, but I got another one back. Score one down. Here it is. Here we go. Oh no! I've got one near miss left. Down. That. Ooh. That back up there. Nice. We're hauling the blue one in. Just gonna grab him. Oh! And the brown and the blue one ran into each other and that ended the game. So that was my final near miss. Or near hit, I don't know. Like George Carter would say, it's not a near miss, it's a near hit. They did miss. Anyway, let's get back over to the screen. That's final approach, right? All right, let's see. We'll go right over right there. Okay, so again, that's final approach. Programmer unknown. Is it the most exciting, action-packed, sound-filled game in the world? No, not at all. But it's always interesting to go back and look at the concept that some of these programmers come up with, some of these companies come up with, to put different things into a video game and something as simplistic, call it what it is, as the Atari 2600, something that it could also handle. So interesting game. I'll say that at the very least. Thank you so much for joining me today in this episode of Old Guys and Old Games. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, because I love going back through these old games and it really does help the channel a lot when you do so. So yeah, that's it. Until the next episode, you take care.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown.
How you feeling? You got John Riggs here, and you're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.
What?